Hello everyone, this is New York by night, or Live in Very Darkness, New York. Today we are in the Vampire venue. There is two kindreds from the Camarilla venue. Once meet, there is some kindred who had a problems lately, and well, we have Lady Aribeth, who's a psychiatrist, and well, he heard about her. He heard about her. So Limey wants to see Lady Aribeth. Well, Limey already has Lady Airbeth's number, which is given by the French probably. You know, you're a harpy. So I'm just going to ask you: did you call Aribeth before, or Did you haven't called her?
He would have, yeah, probably given her a buzz.
Okay,
Um,
then.
it's very vague. Like, I've been told who you are. My name's Limey. I'm the harpy. I need to meet with you.
Okay, then. Lady Aribeth will give you an appointment in the clinic. When you go to the clinic, you will see there's a secretary in there. She is kinda uh, well, she's not really nice, but well, she is beautiful.
Hmm.
And the when you see the waiting room of the clinic, it's actually really good. You know, like there are magazines in there. See, like you can see the the sits are from leather, and you can see it's actually kind of expensive. You can understand that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And when the time comes that the door will open, like you will see this woman in the photo. I am just going to change the photo now, and she will just look at you and says, he will look around. She will only see you and says, Limey, Limey Rigby.
Yeah, that's me. He kind of looks up. He's got a copy of GQ on his lap.
Hmm.
He stands up and he's quite. He's about 6'2", 6'3".
Hmm.
Quite lithe. Wearing a dark grey suit and a beaten up old pork pie trilby on his head. Uh,
Um,
and
Lady
he.
Airbus.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, please continue, man.
I was gonna say he seems to be kind of nervously twisting the ring on his right ring finger, like a
Hmm.
gold signet ring, and he kind of stands up and goes, "Yeah, that's me."
I am Aribeth. Please come in.
He extends his hand as he walks into the room and
Aribeth takes it. It's cold.
just sort of gives the hand a light shake and kind of steps inside. Uh,
The room was in the photo. There's a lot of books in the room.
okay.
If you are like you probably interested in pills, you will see some kind of pill in there. There are it's it's a lot for just a psychiatrist clinic, but well, what you heard is actually true. She is keeping her little clinic as her kind of palace. So when you come in, Lady Arabelle will turn to you. Okay, Lemmy, if you want to lay or wanna sit.
He looks around. Is there like a chaise longue anywhere?
Yeah, like there's two sits, and there's one desk which is Lady Arabelle's working, and there's something for you to lay.
He sort of looks up the chaise longue and unbuttons his suit jacket and kind of sort of stalks over to it, kind of and slouches down onto this thing that you can lay down on, and kind of props his head back and sort of lets a leg hang over the side. He says, "By the way, you can call me Mitchell. My
Oh,
real name is Mitchell."
oh, okay. I am sorry that I wasn't unable to properly introduce myself in the outside. I'm still keeping the rules of ours in inside.
That's fine.
I am Lady Airbat, the Tilmerand. I am from Clan Ventru, and I am an ancilla of my clan.
You're what of your clan?
Ancilla.
And Scylla. Well, in that formal introductions. Mitchell, Limey, Rigby, Clan Brugia, Neonate, Harpy.
And I am the child of Sir Jardine. and you will kind of like express desire if you're interested in that shit that you will hear like a Ventru which is interested in a lot of money, blah blah blah.
Okay. So is
And
mhm.
her face is kind of friendly, and she is she has also a Prince tree, by the way.
Okay. Apparently,
So, um, by the way, what was your name again in character? Mitchell.
like he goes by Limey usually, which is like
Oh,
a but he's told her his real name, which is Mitchell.
okay, Mitchell. Um, Mr. Rigby, I am interested in helping two members of my sect. So please tell me what is the problem that you have, and let me be able to help you.
He kind of like seems to tense up a little bit, and he starts nervously twisting the ring on his finger again.
Please, please calm down. Please calm down. Whatever happens in these between these walls will stay in these walls.
Well, I don't know if you heard about Frank Green.
Yes, our dear sheriff has been captured, but then um, taken back by our forces.
That was I was there um, when we went into the to the Sabat Haven, the fort. I was there, and some things happened. Some things happened. It was stupid, really. It was a stupid idea to go there in the first place. He kind of sort of like sort of like drags his hat down a little bit and says, "Well, I mean, you know what we expected to happen happened, and we were accosted by ghouls, but they're only ghouls. You know, we had Rose with us with our particular powers. They weren't much of an issue. I got into a little bit of a scrap. Nothing out of the ordinary. You know, I have my machete with me. You know, I haven't had a fight like that in a few years, but it was nothing too traumatic. But it was when we came to find Frank. We've been in the fort for hours by this point. Uh, and I was convinced by this point that we might not make it out alive. Anyway, like we can smell petrol from behind the door, and we open it. Oh, and he kind of shudders at the memory, and
Mhm.
he looks really, really uncomfortable, and he kind of like starts to he sort of clenches his fists. And so goes, well, there was a pile of bodies on the floor. Frank Green had his chest opened up. Uh, they'd driven slivers of wood into his heart to see how many it would take to stake him. They're covered him in petrol. He's fucking covered in this stuff, man. But we,
And you feel uncomfortable after that problem that you had.
uncomfortable isn't a word. It's taken all it is to just keep myself sane, you know. Like I've just been keeping myself to myself mostly. Like there are days when I wake up and I just sit and shake, you know. I don't want
Mm.
to go out. That's a real issue for me, Lady Aribeth, because well, where you know it's in my business, you know, I've got to go out and meet a lot of people, you know. And, it's horrible.
I so I have out of character. I have 4 in medicine. I probably think that I don't need to roll to understand what you have as a problem. You know, it's hysteria. So if you want me to do the roll, I can do the roll.
No, no, it's fine.
Okay. Uh, Aribeth will close his hands. Um, Mr. Rigby, it is when you live such a horrible, horrible experiences, sometimes our mental mentality is doesn't stay with us. Sometimes part of them is gets lost and doesn't know what to do with the they. Let's just say like our mentality is actually another person. We carry it with us. Sometimes they just lost some experience that we had. I'm don't I'm sorry, but I believe that you have hysteria. It's not really big a problem because that I believe it might go in time, but I believe that it's going to be makes you a little bit more angry, but it comes from stress and pressure. So you gotta keep yourself away from stress and pressure. If
Oh,
your job makes you stressful, you might take a holiday. You might
no,
just
we don't
uh,
exactly have a union in my line of business, Lady Aribeth.
and well, our nature is actually really different. I was like this. These like are the things that I would never say to. I wasn't. I wasn't. I'm not going to able to say this to another of my patients, but torpor is actually one of the things which might help you when you feel really uncomfortable, when you do some when you had live unwanted experience. You might just some of the kindreds might like my sire wanted to have like I'm going to sleep for one week and then just like she also uh make a performance of her sire like man I'm just not going to leave this 1 week torpor. Like, and then she smiles again. Like some of the kindred also does this, but well, it's some of the kindred, not just us, not us.
Yeah.
As I have said, that keeping yourself away from stress and pressure will help,
Well,
and I hope that you will do this. Keep yourself away from stress and pleasure. Yes, I'm listening.
okay. I think I can do that.
And well, there is another way too. Have you ever used Xanax in your life, Mr.
Xanax.
Rigby?
Xanax. No, medicine's advanced a lot since I became the way I am. It's, it's the 50s was a time of you know low medical knowledge in the pharmaceutical sense, mostly just blues and speed. Um, but no, I've heard of it, but I haven't used it.
The Xanax makes you feel comfortable, a little bit more like it makes you relax. Well, if you decide, like, if you just can't keep yourself from out of pressure, you might just, we have our ways. So you can buy Xanax and do what most of the like what the kindred do. It might help too.
I mean, what I assume I need to slip it to an unsuspecting kind before I take it myself. But
Yes, it's the way of doing those. She, you see that she didn't want to say this, like you, but when you say it, like she smiles and yes, that's the way of that.
yeah, yeah, right. It's alright. I'm pretty sly with my hands. I'll crush it up and I'll drop it into some girl's drink. It'll be fine.
Hmm.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. Anything I could do for Kindred or Harpy?
Yeah, that's a new thing. Mm.
Well, I hope that you will be successful in your job.
Oh, so do I. Yeah, got the prince looking at me. Speaking of which, Lady Arabeth, it's a shame you seem, and he kind of slips into a slightly more, how to say, smooth kind of tone. I haven't actually met you before now, and that's unfortunate. You seem like a very pleasant woman, but it's the kindred of the city were incredibly divided up until about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. What with the Sabbat attacks recently, it's been suggested that we all try and stay in contact with each other a little bit more. maybe make sure that we meet each other on a semi-regular basis, just to touch base, just to make sure everyone's still all right. If it would be a pleasure to see you outside of your office at some point, possibly with a few of the other kindred at Elysium, perhaps.
The I was really new in the city. I came here 2 months ago from Washington.
I see. Okay, people. It appears. Oh,
Oh, yes, I came back.
hello, mate. You're right.
Sorry again. And I, Lady Aribeth continues her speech, and I came back. I came to the city 2 months ago from the Washington war effort in Washington was lame, and I believe that I will do better in New York. And I have set my business. I am happy that I am actually doing good, but I have met only with three kindred in the city. I have met with Mr. Peck, I have met with our dear Sheriff Frank Green, and the last went through hand.
Well, uh, there are two more venture in the city, from what I understand. There is the fair Lady Sheridan, um, and Frederick. I haven't met him yet. But if you like, I'll set up a meeting between the three of you. As the Harpy, it's only my job to make sure that all of the clans are as united as possible in court.
I would be most appreciated that. I want to also keep contact between the clan of Ventru. And I also heard that Mr. Silas is now the prince.
Mr.
I
Sullivan,
have
Prince. Yes.
I heard a lot of good things about him in Washington.
Well, Mr. Silas, very professional man, led the raid on Frank Green's captain.
Wow.
Uh, I'll make sure to let him know that you're floating around the city.
I she is really he is really busy. I understand that because I wanted to represent myself to him as is my as is his rights and it is his domain, New York. And I believe that it was kind of late for me, but he told me that we have had contacts with each other. That he's too busy, and he knows that I'm already in the city.
Good.
And I will meet with him. I will represent myself whenever he is ready for me.
Well, it would be prudent in that case to hook you up with your Ventru contacts. It'd be bigger if you guys could get to know each other a little. You seem like a very capable woman, I'm sure. To have a
Thank you.
united clan Ventru in the city would be most appropriate. It's good for the it's good for the image, you know. Have all the
Yes,
clans
the
unite together.
clan went through always the one who leads, have been, but well, our ways is changing, our ways is going deeper. I myself is well mistaken with Toreador most of the time, but well, I am from the clan of the kings.
I get confused with the Toreador every so often myself.
And actually, I am really sorry, I forget someone. I also met with Ghost.
Ghost is my fellow clanmate. Very nice girl.
I also mistake her with Toreador too.
Ghost, nah. She's a bit of a chameleon socially. Tries to blend in a lot, you know.
Um,
No, she's socially efficient to say. Whereas some of us are social butterflies. And we
she
can't.
wasn't like herself when she came here. I told her, I understand that it was, she built the walls around her personality, and I told her, when I understand, in the end of our session, I just told her that she can be herself if she wants to. As I have said, I would like to help the kindred of our fair city. I am not a fighter. I don't go fights, of course, but well, we all have our ways to aid Camarilla.
Oh, we certainly do. And I'm more of a lover than a fighter myself, I assure you.
Oh,
Now,
that is nice.
Lady Aribeth, as much of a pleasure as it's been,
It is.
I really must head out. I have some business to take care of. But he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a money clip with a wad of cash in it, and he thumbs through.
Oh,
And
no, 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 please, please, please. It was from the house.
well, I appreciate it. I'll be booking another session with you soon. You
I
really,
hope so, actually. I was kind of unhappy that only three kinders came here to see me, but now there's more who's coming here to see me.
well, I'll make sure to put the word about, and I will get you in contact with your Venturi clanmates, I assure you.
Thank you so much. When you rise, Aribeth also rise, and he goes with you through the door. She goes with you through the door. It was nice to chat with you, Mr. Rigby.
It was a pleasure chatting to you, Lady Arabeth. And he kind of lifts his hat and
Hmm.
sort of smiles, and then he wanders. He kind of slopes as he wanders off down the hall, kind of slouches a little bit, and he walks out.
Okay.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is where we end our scene for this evening.